Okay. Anyways, today's webinar is very close. We are not keeping it open for everyone. It is a closed webinar. Okay, guys. It's not the open one, right? Okay. And guys, remember first thing, there is no certificate also for non-registered participants. Okay. I just shared in one or two groups. Okay, just because this is a knowledge sharing webinar, but this is non-certificate closed webinar. This was not for the public. I just shared it in 2-3 groups, and the people who are enthusiastic, they can join, but there'll be no certificate at the end. Okay, so if people are joining only for certificate, let me make it very clear. Okay, this will be live streaming later. I mean, this will be streaming later. Okay, not today, right? Because today we want it only for the people who are registered for the webinar series, right? So guys, again, good evening and you're welcome to the final webinar of the Curios webinar series. And today we have the webinar on regulatory affairs and international regulations. Regulatory affairs means basically we are going to talk about. Guys, so the thing is, regulatory, as we always declare some courses in our webinar. So today also I'm telling you one thing, that on regulatory affairs also we are launching a course very soon. I mean, maybe by next week we'll be coming up with a course on regulatory affairs. Okay, on regulatory affairs. So you can just join if you are interested. And the people who have joined PGCRPM, postgraduate certificate course in the project management, if you have joined the PGCRPM course, our postgraduate certificate course in clinical research and project management, this course will be included free of cost for them. Okay, this course is a part of their course. The regulatory affairs will be the part of their PGCRPM also, right? So this will be free for them. Okay, and otherwise you can just join it. I think the cost will be not more than 500-600 rupees. That's all. Okay, you can join whenever we are launching. You can just check out the things, and you can get it done, right, guys? So thank you very much again for joining. And today to talk on the regulatory affairs, I have prepared some slides because I had worked a lot in the regulatory affairs for last multiple years, not in the industry, but through the industry, because I'm working in the clinical trials. So I was very interested in regulatory affairs, how to submit the protocols, how to submit the documents, what are the documents needed, what's the team, how many people are there in the regulatory affairs team, and what is exactly their work is, what are the levels of what we say the people, and what are the hierarchy in the company if you go to the regulatory affairs. Regulatory affairs is a wonderful thing. I mean, there is a lot of technical work, lot of legal work the people have to do. They have to submit for the patent. They have to, apply for the approvals, international approvals. Suppose a drug has been developed. From the development of the drug to the drug when it is in market, or maybe getting some side effects, or maybe they have to compensate, a lot of things where regulatory affairs body people work, where regulatory affairs department people work, because their involvement is there from the launching, branding, rebranding, and relaunching. Everywhere these regulatory peoples are there. Okay, in any drug development and marketing, right? They only decide what to do, how to do, where to do, right? So to talk about regulatory affairs today and their career opportunities, I'll be talking about, okay, we have with us Ashish Verma Sirji. So Ashish Verma sir is working right now in APSR in pharmacovigilance and regulatory affairs. So he'll be talking about that, and he'll be talking about himself as well. So I welcome without delay, I welcome Ashish Verma. So Ashish Verma sir, over to you. You can open your mic and video.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Let me
Hi.
share my.
This is by good evening. Yes, you can share. Yes, please go ahead. Thank you. Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes, yes, perfectly fine. Brilliant.
Sorry. Stop. It
No,
just
no.
got. So, okay, hi, good evening, everyone. So today we are going to talk about what is regulatory affairs, how this regulatory people works, and how this regulatory body work with the MAH. So when it comes about regulatory affairs, as Dr. Ajit was saying, it is about the international regulations. It is about the how regulatory bodies works and what is the main role of regulatory body and how it is working with the synchronization of the MH is nothing but it is a market or authorization holders. So let's see what is this regulatory affairs department first, and then we will see what is the need of this drug regulatory affairs body and what how it is working. So what is regulatory affair? Regulatory affair is a profession where we work with the government, with the regulatory bodies for what? For controlling the drug safety and efficacy. That includes not only pharmaceuticals, it also include veterinary medicines, it include medical devices, it include other products which is used for human. So anything which is launched in the market which is for human use, an eye always would be there, that is from regulatory body. Okay, and regulatory body also works as a bridge in between the two different departments along with the regulatory bodies. It is an interconnecting link between the regulatory bodies and with the certain department. When we are talking about the certain rules and regulation, we need to go for the regulatory department only. If we want to know what is the current regulations for any NDA approval, any IND approval, we should where we should go. We should just go with the regulatory authority, regulatory bodies, either regulatory bodies, and inside when we are talking about organization, so there would be a dedicated department that is called Drug Regulatory Affairs Department, who gathered all these informations. So that's how this regulatory affairs department work as a bridge between the industry and with the regulatory bodies. So what is the need of regulatory affairs? Actually, the launch of a drug from clinical trial to till launch, it is a very complex process and it is very challenging process, and the things are constantly changing. Like regulatory rules and requirement is evolving as soon as our market is changing, as our market is evolving, as drugs are evolving. Previously, nowadays patches are in the market, so there are certain other regulations are required for patches. There are tablets. So as doses are changes, as drugs are changes, so rules and regulations are changing accordingly. So there is a need to get updated from those changes. That's why there is a need of a dedicated department that is in the form of regulatory affair department. What else regulatory body do? Regulatory body deals with certain administrative laws, regulatory laws, secondary legislations, rule in making, rule in marketing, like IND approvals, NDA approvals. Each and everything is requires a eye of regulatory bodies. So each thing cannot be handled single way by any single person or any single organization. That's why every organization have a dedicated department that is called regulatory affairs departments, who work on these kind of legislations, who are dedicatedly work on these legislations. And in this even nowadays, the law graduates are also coming because they have the knowledge of that legislations. Okay, they have the people who are getting degree in international regulations, like what we called as company secretary. Company secretary is who they have the all the knowledge of the international guidelines for rules and regulation which need to be prepared for IND submission, NDA submissions. So that kind of thing can be done by a company secretary. They are also coming now in this regulatory field. And also each regulatory body have their different sets of requirement that can be catered by a dedicated staff or department. So when we are talking about dedicated department, why it is required? Because sometime what happened, inside regulatory affair department, we have US team, we have EU team, we have certain Gulf team, because they are actually not situated in that countries, but they are working on those regulations which are governed by US FDA. Those are governed by EU. That's why they are called as EU team or US team, because they are working on dedicatedly for US product. US team are working for EU product. EU team is working. So that's how a dedicated department is required. That's why there is a need of regulatory affair department in each and every organization. So when we are talking about activities, what regulatory affairs do, so they are involved in the registration of all pharmaceuticals. They are involving in the PV activities and assessment from the start of the clinical trial till it launched to the market. That is called as a product life cycle. I will cover in next slide. To carry out all kind of studies of excel, that is accelerated or any stability studies that can be done for any drug, because that data is also required by the regulatory. That's why regulatory affair department are keen to gather these datas. Conducting all studies of the dissolution rate, bioequivalence rate, in collaboration with the accreditation local, central, or any international centers. Okay, so when we are talking about different studies, when a drug is launching, there are different kind of stability studies, there is different kind of dissolution studies, bioequivalence studies that need to be performed. So all those data are required by regulatory authorities while their INDA submission and NDA submission. So that need to be performed by regulatory affair department only. And registration of all pharmaceutical product for export in all over the globe. So that is again a special interest of regulatory bodies. Like if we are preparing any medicine that need to be exported all over the globe, then we need certain other data. What kind of data it is? The ethnicity is also important, because of the ethnicity, the amount of drug need it varies. If you can see, like what any Asian people require, that dose should not work for the any African country person, because the ethnicity is play an important role. The gene and genetics play an important role. So that's why they might require some bigger amount of drug. So that's how regulatory are keen to know what kind of drug are going to be exported globally and in which country it is going to be exported. So when we are talking about the product cycle, so this is the major role of regulatory affairs. Like when we are talking about clinical trials, so before clinical trial we need to submit INDA approval, that is investigational new drug. Because we are going to start investigation, and for investigation we need to conduct animal studies, and that animal studies, if it is safer, then and where that data is collected, that data is collected in INDA submission, investigational new drugs submission. When we are doing that kind of filing, we are giving all the animal studies data, that it is safe, that drug is safe during INDA studies. Now we are looking for the permission to conduct a clinical trial. Okay, and when INDA is fine, then we conduct a clinical trial, and after conducting clinical trial, what we do, we go for NDA. If everything goes well in a clinical trial, then we submit NDA or MAA. What is MA? That is marketing authorization approval, and NDA is nothing, new drug approval. So we do that kind of submission, and after we are getting some NDA approval and MAA approval, then after the life cycle of product, if it is 10 years, then we will go for renewals. And whenever we do renewal, every time the authority needs certain queries, certain if any there is any variation after 10 years in the general public or in your product, that kind of filings need to be submitted while renewal process. And even in all these steps, if there is any extension required or any regulatory can ask any kind of questions, so that can be handled by the regulatory affairs department only. Okay, so in total, what is the role? So regulatory, regulatory, what do it? Develop an strategy for what? For maintaining the clinical trial management, for regulatory submission, that is called a regulatory filing, and for maintaining the regulatory compliance as well. All this comes under the regulatory affairs. And regulatory bodies, which are government bodies of different countries, are very keen on these processes. They are very keen on each and every regulation, and they can ask for any document, like compliance document, like any clinical trial document, if they required at any point of a step. What we I told in this slide, in this, during the product life cycle, any kind of document what regulatory body required, we need to show those document in front of there. And again, it as Dr. Aziz said at a start, it required very technical work and technical expertise. Like INDA submission have different sections. It is a report of very huge, like 100 page of report. So it again have various sets of sections that can be covered during these courses. When we are going to launch these courses, we are covering each and everything in that courses: how to write that reports, how to write IND reports, what all information need to be gathered in during the MA submission, what need to be submit during the NDA approval, during the IND approval, how to handle any variation, how to advertise, how to do advertising, how to do pricing, uh, all even sometime it is depend upon pricing and each and everything. So that can be covered during when we are talking about the courses. So all these thing is covered under the courses. Now that's it, I guess. That's it from my end. Over to you, Dr. Ajit, for your slides. Hello. Over to you, Dr. Ajit, for your.
Yes, thank you very much. And it was as I think everything is almost covered, the basics of regulatory affairs. Let me just add a few more things. He has covered almost everything, but let me just cover as the industrial part what exactly the hierarchies and all things are. Guys, I hope my slides are visible to all of you. Is it? Just confirm, guys. Just message something or say yes.
Yes, Dr. Ajit, your slides are visible.
Perfectly fine. Thank you, Asif bhai. Thank you. So, Dr. Asif bhai has already covered what regulatory affairs exactly is. It deals with the discipline and the process involved in ensuring the compliance with applicable regulations, by either those are national or international guidelines, laws, and in the development of the drug or approval or manufacturing, marketing, post-marketing surveillance of all type of pharmaceutical products. And then this is where exactly there is a need. Ashish Bhai has well described. So, where exactly these people are needed. They are needed in the clinical development strategy. They make the strategies right from the starting. Why regulatory affair department is needed in the company? Because they start they start keeping the guidelines aligned with all the procedures. See, suppose when we are going for a drug approval to the FDA or to the or CDSCO or DCGRI, wherever, okay, Indian or foreign or EMA, European or FDA or Japanese or anywhere, you know, we have the entire guidelines, and those guidelines are not only for the submissions, but those guidelines are like how the drug was developed. Okay, how the GCPs were followed or not, GMPs were followed or not, what kind of procedures were followed, if the SOPs were followed or not. So regulatory affairs department just not work only during the submission or not during the when we need the approvals from the government or from the authorities, but they have to be there when the procedure is starting, procedure is execution in the execution, okay, during the research, because they make sure the research is happening, they make sure that research is happening according to the guidelines, whatever is going to get later, wherever the submission is going to get, whether that is Indian or foreign or national or international. Okay, any body, so I mean any regulatory body, wherever they are submitting, they keep the things in line from the starting of the process, from the beginning of the procedure. They make sure that everything is aligning for the regulatory body, so they don't have any problem when they are submitting the documents, they don't have any problem when they are getting the approval, so they get less the minimum queries from the regulatory bodies, and everything is perfect, like from the clinical development strategies and clinical trial applications, pediatric application plans and GCP inspections. They help in scientific advices, they help in submission strategies, centralizing the DCP, orphan designation applications, marketing authorization applications, MA, we call them, all the GMP instructions, GMP and GXP inspections. They all are needed to have the people from regulatory affairs body, right? Regulatory affairs department, clinical development, new strategies, new indications, ECTDs, or IND, ANDA, all applications must go through the regulatory department, and they put the inputs into the variations and regulatory renewal strategies, advertising, because advertising also have the regulations, right? So regulatory bodies make sure that how the advertisements are going out from the companies, from the manufacturers for any kind of product. Okay, and then the major work is in the submission into the market, product reclassification, product withdrawal, product renewal submissions, variation applications. So the regulatory affairs people are involved from the starting, the basics of research, from the clinical development to the product withdrawal and product resubmission. Okay, guys, so this is big department and independent department, and people are needed in the independent capacities. Okay, so applications are as we have written, drug development, and we have in marketing authorizations, labeling and packaging, post marketing compliances, regulatory intelligence, and quality assurances, compliance with the international regulations, and regulatory interactions, or maybe the field. This field is dynamic and continuously evolving to meet the ever changing regulatory landscape, ensuring the development, approval, and post marketing compliance of the pharmaceutical products. So you need to have the regulatory affair body everywhere. Now I'll tell you the key responsibilities of regulatory affairs professionals. So first of all, they help in the in making development, developing and implementing the strategies uh, for the successful product approvals, and then they are having the the main work, preparing and submitting the regulatory documents, that is called regulatory submissions, then compliance with GCP, GMP, good pharmacovigilance practices everywhere, then regulatory intelligence, that is like helps in monitoring and analyzing the changes in regulations, guidelines, policies. So every time they are well versed with the latest guidelines, and they apply the same things in their setup, right? And labeling and packaging. And along with that, post-marketing surveillance, regulatory interactions, and quality assurance, international regulations. So there are a lot of roles. And if I come to guys tell you like how you can start your role in regulatory affairs, you can start your role as RA associate, regulatory affairs associate, or regulatory affairs associate, assistant. So regulatory affairs associate or assistants are the first generation in this what we say in this hierarchy. Okay, this is the first level, this is the beginning level or entry level job in this regulatory affairs department, right? So they support the RA team, regulatory affairs team, on submissions and understanding the role of RA executive, exactly the regulatory affairs, and they work with the teams in submissions. They work with the team in project development, strategies, and all. They learn the starting. So experience level of experience is just entry level experience they need. Okay, they need just entry level experience. Okay, and then it comes to the RA executive or senior associate or associate managers. So they begin the working on individual projects or maybe as a supporting senior leads. Okay, level of experience up to 2 years. After 2 years, you can go to RA executive senior, and after that, senior RA executive or senior RA manager. So you helps in product development and project ownership responsibilities. So it takes up to 5 years. Then 5 to 10 years, you can become the RA principal manager or principal executive, which completely lead the entire product development. Okay, and then RA associate director. So they are handling not only one project but multiple projects, leading the projects, developing and development strategies, and they are handling the teams for multiple projects after 12 to 15 years of experience. And then up to 15 years of experience, you can become the RA director, then head of RA department, vice president, or director of the company as well. So RA department in the industry is one of the individual department and one of the individual career options for pharmacy people, or the people who wants to go for this, and they are interested in the regulations, they are interested in the regulatory submissions, they are interested in the industry, and they want to make the individual uh, what we say the career in the industry. So RA is one of the wonderful option, guys. Okay, it is very specialized. So people who are having because the M-Farm is there in regulatory affairs. Okay, MSc is there in regulatory affairs. So this is a big department. This is a big super specialized department, if I say, for the pharmacy people. They can go, and people from the clinical research also they can go, because they are also well versed, well aware of the guidelines, regulatory submissions, regulatory part. They are very very much aware, so they also can go to this department. Okay, they also can go to this department. So that's why I'm telling it is a very very independent career option for all of you. Okay, so that's all from my side, guys, because it's a basics, and now I think you are well aware what we are talking about is exactly RA regulatory affairs and what exactly they do, and how exactly you can enter into this domain, and how exactly you can make your career in this domain. Okay, so now we can take the questions, Ashish bhai. I think there are some questions. Okay, there are some questions, if I'm not wrong. What is the first question? There are only two questions, guys. Write your questions. Discuss about career opportunities for one who completed M-Pharm's Regulatory Affairs Department. I just told Sahana, I just discussed, you can join the RA department as Regulatory Affairs Associate, and you can start your career in that department. That is entry level job for the beginners. Okay, after either PharmD or maybe M-Pharm pharmacy practice, I mean M-Pharm regulatory affairs, or M-Pharm pharmacology sometimes, and M-Pharm pharmacy practice also, people can go to regulatory affairs department. Okay. Career opportunities in abroad for regulatory personnel, same. See, every company has the similar facilities and similar setups, but only one thing changes: the regulations with different country. Like for European Union, there are different regulations. For Indian, if you go with CDSCO, different regulations. If you go with FDA, different regulations. If you go with Japan, different regulations. And nowadays, it is very important part, like if the drug has been approved in US FDA or by US FDA or in European Union, then it needs to be done a full-fledged clinical trial in India if they want in India. So they need the entire regulatory approvals from DCGI and CDSCO. So it's very much important everywhere to go through that. Okay, you want to add something, Ashish bhai?
Yes, like for career opportunity in abroad, also you need to require knowledge of regulatory authority which is outside the India. If you are
Yes.
going to pursue your career in abroad, so you must be knowledge of US FDA, what kind of work they are doing, which on which drug they are working, okay, on which drug with, and what are their rule, like CFR 21 is there, that is for some guideline. There is certain more guideline which work for the US FDA regulatory. If you want to pursue your career in European Union, you need to master yourself according to their rules. Same way, in which country you want to pursue your career, you can master your skill in the guidelines for those countries.
Yes, absolutely. And that's very much feasible also. Someone is asking, are PharmD fresher can join an REA? Yes, RA definitely. PharmD freshers can join RA, and even the B Farm. I am seeing the question from B Farm. Yes, absolutely. B Farm also can join the RA, but they need some extra trainings. As I always tell, value addition to their CVs. They have to learn the RA, some RA 3 months course, 6 months course, or 1 year course. You can learn RA, and then you can easily join the RA department. See, RA department is very specified. Okay, RA department is very very much specialized. So people don't allow from outside. So they must be either medical people, and those must be from the pharmacy. Okay, so that's why it is a very restricted area, but it's not like restricted only for the M farms or something. B farm also can join, and pharmacies also can join, M farm also can join. So people from any domain of pharmacy can join RA department. Okay, so yeah, that's all. And some other questions. Okay, some other question is, what type of exam we want to take for working in other countries as a RA person? I don't think there isn't any specific exams for that, but the best part, what I see is what I learned from my friends and who are working here. They join in India or they join remote, and they shift to different countries when they are very good in the uh, when there are regulations. Then they shift. Or if you have to learn, then you can learn their skills and you can definitely shift there. Ashish, bhai, you want to add something on this?
No, yes, Dr. Ajit very rightly said that what skill set you required, you need to master regarding the regulatory authority for that country only. And
Yeah.
right now there is no exam for any country, eh,
Yes.
but you need to master the skills. Like if you want to go for Canada, there are certain other exam like IELTS are, that is completely different kind
That
of
is
domain.
that is for English domain. Yeah.
Yes, but if you need to go in that way, that would help
Yes.
you
Yes.
for
Absolutely.
getting jobs in pharmacy as well. That's how you get some, initial approval kind, green card kind of thing by that exams. But if you are talking specifically right regarding RA, then there is no certain exam all over the
Yes.
globe
Yes. Yes.
right
Yes.
now.
Yes. 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 Okay. What skills should be a fresher develop to enter this job? I think the only skill you need is knowledge of regulatory affairs of the different countries. That's all. What else, Ashish bhai?
Yes, like you need to master your writing skills because it is regarding the report writing, IND submission, what kind of filing is required. So you need to learn each and every section of reports. What is compliance report? What is IND submission? What is CGSP? What is GVP? That you need to know.
One sec. Yes. 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 Definitely. And as getting opportunity in RA is difficult, could you provide some guidance for getting training positions in industry? Guidance for getting training positions in industry, that you have to you have to definitely go for the internships. If I believe, if you want to go to any department, I'm not saying just only RA, try for the internships in any industry. You will easily get, like, I have placed many of our MPharm and PharmD students recently in Sipla, Mumbai, and Lupin Mumbai for regulatory affairs, and now they are working easily. They are absorbed there only. Okay, they are working in their Mumbai company only, Lupin, right? So it's easily, you can easily go for internships. And if you want, we can definitely help. Please connect after this webinar. Okay, any other questions, guys? Yes, any other questions?
So Dr. Ajit, someone is asking about how many months do we have internship.
Yes, Ashish bhai, please go ahead, then I'll add.
So I guess we are providing supports in getting internship in the company, but we are not providing internship from our end, but we are supporting. And again, you require, why companies would hire you for getting internship? If they come to know you have that skills, and how you will that get is that skills, we are grooming those skills for you. we are working at ground level for you to getting those skills in you. And what we covered in this webinar, all this topic will be explained in detail when you are coming to our courses. Dr. Ajit, would you like to add anything?
Yes, definitely. What is the basic salary for freshers who complete RA in pharmacy? I believe definitely more than 25,000 per month they join. And internship, I am telling you guys, my four interns were in Lupin, and they have absorbed in the Lupin only after a long. So their internship was on 15,000 per month, and now they are getting 40,000. Okay, now they are getting 40,000. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other questions, guys?
So someone is asking about that internship is required for drug inspectors. So I would say no, because that actually required the biological product training. So you need to work some department which is working in blood products or vaccine products, because that completely required 18-month ka training in the injectable or vaccine department. So that would not help in the RA department, because RA is completely different department, and that is not required during the eligibility criteria for the drug inspector.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So, Dr. Ajit, would you like to take this question? When does courses starts?
See, we have our PGCRPM already started. If you want to join, only one class has been done. Second class is on Sunday. So if you are interested, please join us, and please go through. You can still join us. And this especially if you want to just join the regulatory affairs, the regulatory affairs will come in by next week. Okay. And if you want to join the entire PGCRPM, which is the entire clinical research, and including CDM course, including regulatory affairs course, everything, if you want that, you can just go through the website curiocti.com. You can join PGCRPM only in 3,499. That is 6 months course. Okay. Another. Okay. Free for fees for only RA, it will be around 600 rupees, I think. Okay, guys. So, any other questions? Any other questions, guys?
Guys, if you have any query, you can type or you can speak up.
One
Else,
sec. One sec. Right now, I think they don't speak. They cannot speak up. One sec, guys. Can someone from my team open the chat for everyone so they can speak? Okay. Now they can speak. I have opened the chat. They can speak now. Yes, please, guys. Yes, guys. Anyone who can please speak if you want to ask any questions or want to talk. Please ask your questions. See, this was the exclusive webinar only for our people who have paid. Yes, guys. Ask your questions. Come on. No? No more questions? Okay, then take care, guys. Your certificate will be delivered by tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashish bhai. Thank you very much.
thank you,
And
Dr. Ajit.
thank you, everyone. Thank you. Take care, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.